There's no way in this life to get what you are wanting without taking a risk. Welcome to the Earn Your Happy podcast. I'm Lori Harder, founder of Light Pink, best-selling author, 3-time fitness world champion, and I'm a crazy, multi-passionate entrepreneur. My journey has taken me everywhere, from being a broke waitress, barista, retail associate, and personal trainer with massive anxiety and no belief in myself, to later becoming a multi-millionaire in love with my life. In 2007, my husband and I lost everything. We found ourselves hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt at rock bottom. We had no ideas and I had no education to fall back on. This is when I found personal development and learned everything I could about business. Not by choice, but because I realized no one was coming to save me. The conversations on this podcast are going to let you know that you're not alone and that we all feel like we don't know what we're doing. We're going to give you the tools to help you face your fears, take action, start your business, and grow those massive dreams that are keeping you up at night. It's time to create a life that you can't hide from and put so much on the line that your higher self is forced to come out. You're going to stop waiting for someone to approve of you and you're going to anoint yourself. Because I'm obsessed about building businesses that give women a platform, I want to feature you. So if you text the word podcast to 310-496-8363, you can get your questions answered on our Q&A segment along with a shout out. And if you rate, review, and subscribe to this podcast, we're choosing someone every month to get coached and featured on our show. It just might be you. So let's get started.
And we're back
with another episode of He Said, She Said.
Today we're going to talk about one of our superpowers, you guys. And one of the things I think that has really served us well is
being nimble.
I mean, we're talking straight superpower. The amount of, and I'm going to make up a word here, nimbality.
I guess.
Seriously, just stick with me. I want you guys to embrace this new word. The amount of nimbality, in other words, how nimble you and I are. It's some of the reasons that we've come into windfalls. It's some of the reasons that our business does well. It's some of the reason that the relationship does well. It's some of the reason that we're willing to just, if we don't like something, pick up and change it. Mm-hmm. And when people on the outside look in, I think they say, oh, some people end up with all the breaks. Oh, some people end up with, everything goes well. Oh, that's never the case, first of all. But second, what does help things look that way is when you are not stuck on an idea, not stuck in a way, not stuck in a story, and you choose to say, you know what? I'll be nimble. I'll roll the dice.
I think throughout the years, looking at the things that have really ended up being windfalls for us, meaning, the things that have brought us success or got us ahead, has been out of being nimble. But I will say the reason that people avoid being nimble and the reason that we would have wanted to avoid it was because it was not comfortable. Mm-hmm. It was not something that was easy. It was not something that looked like it was going to be just like a perfect picture. It was scary. Mm-hmm. We didn't know what was going to happen. It was so uncertain.
It's a gamble.
We were risking. We were gambling. We just said, okay, there is possibility that this could be better over here. And if we stay stuck and if we think that we don't have options, then it may not get better. Are we willing to risk or gamble in order to see that things could get better?
Well, here's the best part. If you truly embrace being nimble, back to my word, if you truly embrace if you embrace nimbality, okay? If you truly embrace being nimble, then that nimbleness, there's probably another new word I just made up.
I think that's a word.
Is it?
Yeah.
That nimbleness takes the gamble out of the gamble. Here's why. The gamble is, oh no, what if we do this and it goes wrong? Mm-hmm. What if we sell this and it goes wrong? What if we move here and it goes wrong? What if we start this business and it goes wrong? The nimbleness says, what if it does? Big deal. I'll be nimble again.
Yep.
And then I'll pivot again, and I'll pivot to fix it, and I'll pivot to backfill it, and I'll pivot to solve it. So when you embrace like absolutely, truly being nimble, then it takes the gamble out of the gamble, and therefore it's a great idea.
You know, something that we do before we make these big decisions is we both agree, like, hey, if this goes wrong, we both have to keep a good attitude and know that we agreed on it and said yes to it. And then we have to, instead of being pissed about it, we need to go into full on extracting the lesson mode and problem solving.
Yep.
And there's never been anything bad that has come out of things going wrong for us besides the discomfort, the irritation, and how it really makes us like, it tests our relationship. And you and I are so close, and you and I are unbreakable at this point. Because we have gone through the things and done these agreements throughout that could tear normal people apart without these agreements, without these conversations, without these things that people, being able to create this muscle and this strength through these challenges. So if anything, you guys, it's going to make your relationships stronger if you have these agreements in place beforehand.
Yeah, because when you don't embrace the art of being nimble, then that means you're stuck in exactly the moment you're in right now. And what's going to cause strain on your relationship, whether it's a friendship, a romantic relationship, a working relationship, is when you refuse to flex. What's going to cause strain on a relationship is when you refuse to bend. What's going to cause strain on a relationship is when you refuse to try something new. What's going to cause strain on a relationship is when you refuse to pivot. But when you're nimble and when you really embrace it, now you're willing to bend, you're willing to flex, you're willing to pivot, you're willing to experiment. It is, you guys, our willingness to be nimble, legit, is our freaking superpower. We're going through something right now in a really exciting way. That was a beautiful opportunity that just landed in our laps because we're willing to be nimble. And I can't wait to share that down the road in a few episodes.
So excited to share it. But I literally know that I would say 98% of the population
wouldn't have said yes.
Would never have said yes because it is disruptive. It is gonna be
in the worst of times.
It's gonna be super not fun.
The timing of the disruption couldn't be worse.
But
so everyone else was like, no, I can't do it. This could go wrong. That could go. And I'm like, oh, look at this opportunity. Boom, bring it on. I am nimble AF, baby.
The reward is going to be extremely powerful and massive for our bigger goals and visions. And I think that's another thing is like, if you're not, whether you're single or coupled up, it's like, if you are not looking out together at a goal, then you don't know what opportunities are for you and what aren't. This wouldn't have looked like a good opportunity to us if we wouldn't have known what our really long-term goals are. And it matches our long-term goals. Like you and I would not have taken this if we wouldn't have had our really long-term vision
locked in,
or even our 3 to 5 year vision locked in, because we would have been like, no.
We wouldn't have been able to see how this propels that.
Right. And this definitely propels that. So we can't wait to share. We hope to be able to share in a couple of weeks.
All right, guys, there you go. There you have it. Like literally, I promise you, if you just break some of that rust off where you're just stuck in a way or stuck in an idea or stuck in a process or stuck in a life, break that rust off, become nimble. It's a choice. That's all it is. I promise you, this is the same superpower that's like made our life insanely awesome. It's going to make yours the exact same too. You just got to trust the process.
So grateful for you guys. It's all about, setting that expectation and knowing it's going to be a challenge, but that's always what is going to change you. The challenge is where you get to change and become the person you know that you were meant to be for the life that is waiting for you. Make some space, do the thing, take the risk. There's no way in this life to get what you are wanting without taking a risk.
Love it. Thanks for listening, guys. Appreciate you as always.
Bye-bye. Hey, do you know what the big secret is this year? And it shouldn't be a secret because this should be your biggest focus. It is building your community. I am always working on building and nurturing my community, and everyone is talking about the power of community. Without an online community, you just cannot grow organically or create a real movement, which is what I know that we're all after. And you can build trust or monetize your audience when you get community right. Not only does your audience grow faster, but so do your sales. But where's everybody going to be managing their communities these days? And a lot of online entrepreneurs and thought leaders are turning to Circle.so. Circle is an all-in-one community platform. It lets you host content and create discussions, live streams, group chats, and memberships all under your own brand. And what's so cool about Circle.so is that you don't even need a website or Facebook group. Instead, Circle lets you build your own community site where you can host content and manage your members. You can even create locked and unlocked content spaces, groups, and classes. How freaking cool is that? You can put your content behind a paywall too, and you can charge different amounts of money for different spaces on your community site. Circle.so is famously easy to use, and it has a free 14-day trial for you, so you can go check it out, see if you like it, see if you love all the options. Just go to Circle.so. Go check it out right now, you guys. Imagine being able to manage your community, start group chats and live classes, and accept payments all in one place. Kind of mind-blowing, since this is usually spread all over the place. You have to log into so many different things. If this is the year to capture, organize, and monetize your community, head over to Circle.so. You can get a free trial and start building your online community right now. Just go to Circle.so. You guys, you get the 14-day free trial. So just go and see if it's for you. It's going to streamline everything and make your life so much easier. It's so freaking cool. Hey all, I'm so excited to share with you, Earn Your Happy is now part of Growth Day Podcast Network. A bunch of us are coming together to bring more growth to the world and support shows and brands that we truly believe in. And one of my friends is also on the network, and I'd love for you to go subscribe to his show. You guys, Trent Shelton has the most incredible podcast. It's called Straight Up with Trent Shelton, and it's going to remind you that you are built for this. I have heard Trent speak in person multiple times. I've listened to his podcast a ton. He's coming on the show, and I literally cannot wait because this man just spits straight fire. It is like truth that goes to your core and makes you take action right away. If you want one of those podcasts that when you're just out on a walk, you can't help but want to start running and run through a wall in your life, this is the show to go listen to. So you guys, make sure that you go subscribe to the show, Straight Up with Trent Shelton. You're going to love it. Hey, I know if you're listening to this podcast that you have big dreams and big goals. And one of the things that can really stop you is struggling with your marketing. Trust me, I have been there. Are you using 10 different systems just to build your online business? Then I want you to try Kajabi. Kajabi helps you build your web pages, set up funnels, and sell your courses, content, coaching, or communities. You've been hearing me talk a lot about funnels on this podcast and the importance of your email list. You can get a free trial at kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com. I've talked about Kajabi before, but here's something that's super cool and new. They just rolled out an AI assistant for creating your online course curriculum. And this means you just type in a topic that you want to create on a course or webinar, and bam, it just generates a sample outline for you. It takes a ton of the hard work away. Of course, you're going to customize it to be your own, but this really helps you get over the struggle of how in the world to start, which is where most people stop. If you're like me, starting is always the hardest part, and that's what makes Kajabi so popular. They've made it easier for creators to build web pages, build courses, build coaching programs, build membership sites, build checkout pages, and build email funnels. So if you're struggling with any of those, you got to go check it out. Go to Kajabi.com. Kajabi was really the first all-in-one system and is trusted by over 100,000 creators. I think that's good enough for me. Also has influencers and marketers who use this. And now their smart AI platform makes it easy to take what you know and turn it into an online course and business. Go start building with a free trial at Kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com.